Hi guys! Welcome to Make This Monday. We are a band and a ministry out of Nashville, Tennessee.
And Louisiana now.
Yes. And today we're talking about the shame of being too good.
Yes, this is something that we have talked about for years, and something that continues to come up because we speak on chastity, we speak on purity, which is all beautiful and good, but a lot of people associate good, like if you're a good person, only with how your past of sexual sins are.
Yeah.
Like if you have sexual sins, you're not a good person. If you don't have sexual sins, you're too good. You're untouchable. And so we have come across this a lot. It's two extremes.
Yeah.
And we've come across this a lot because one thing that, Kara will share a little bit later is about the word good. How we have only condensed good to purity and chastity. And so for me, I feel like a lot of times when we get this, that you're too good. Like no one's going to pursue you. There's no one worthy of you because you're just too good. There's a sense of shame of like, well, then I'm not worthy of being pursued because I haven't done this or haven't done that. But in reality, I'm like, we are human beings. We sin, y'all. I'm gonna make a confession right now. We sin. We are not
humanity.
Perfect human beings. And so there is this sense of, I know people have shame because maybe they have had sexual past sins. But then there's also a shame put on people who haven't. And they're like, oh, you're untouchable. Like no one's going to pursue you because you're just too good.
Right. And we kind of wear these badges, whether it is a past or whether it's not, like a backpack. Like we carry it around with us.
Like it's really become an identity. Like your sexual sin, for some reason in our culture, we've made it our identity.
Yeah.
What our past has been with that one particular sin.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is,
it's not our identity. I mean, my fiance. So when we started dating, we knew each other for 5 years before we started dating. And he told me one day, I always wanted to ask you out, but I was worried that I wasn't Catholic enough for you. And I was like, okay, what does that really even mean, like Catholic enough? And I think that we could use like a synonym, because we're like, oh, what makes a person holy or good? I'm not good enough for this person. I'm not holy enough for this person. And a lot of times, like Christine said, we're using like sexual sin as just the one sin. Or like, this one sin, like to divide like the sheep from the goats or something. and but then we also have these images and like these definitions of what makes a person holy. And like, for example, I have been in the habit of spending more time in prayer than like my fiance has. And for a while, I thought that that's, this is the one thing that, and prayer is so important. I mean, we're huge advocates for a lot of time in prayer, but that's not the one thing that makes somebody holy. Like my fiance,
makes them good.
He serves, like he works in the medical field, and he serves like for hours and hours and hours and hours. And in a way I never could. He's not afraid to commit. He's not afraid to do dirty work. He's not afraid to suffer. He is honestly,
he's not afraid to take care of the sick.
He's less selfish than I am too. I mean, truly. So it's like, I see that like he's stronger in certain ways where I'm weaker, and I'm, stronger in certain ways where he is weaker. So I think we just need to open our minds to,
and to stop putting people in these categories and stop letting our past define us. Because you guys, no matter where we've come from, whether we've made mistakes in one area or not made mistakes in another area, none of that defines who we are now. That's one of the beautiful things of the sacrament of confession.
Exactly.
That stuff is gone. That stuff is back.
Eradicated.
And so
totally
it's like, step out of that space. I can't tell you how many times that I've had girls come up to me and say, well, guys think I'm too good, or, and I've had the experience on dates before, where guys say, well, I think you're too good for me, blah, blah, blah. And the reality is, you guys, we've all got our junk.
And we're all equal at the foot of the cross.
Yeah.
We're all equal at the foot of the cross.
Yes.
None of us are better than, that is not how God works with us.
Yeah, I think bottom line, everyone needs to just detach from shame. Whether you have shame from your past, whether you've, committed whatever sins or you haven't, whatever it is, like shame just seems to be something that we backpack onto every part of our lives. It's like no one escapes it, no matter like what you've been through. There's going to be shame of some sort. So I think I just want to say personally to the men out there, if you feel like you're not good enough to pursue that woman maybe you're interested in,
Think
shoot
again.
fire. Just go for it. Like, come on.
Think
Just
again.
pursue the woman. Like, because to me, it's like men don't even realize like how good they are as men. Like Kara was saying, it doesn't just have to mean, you know, good is not just your whether or not you've practiced chastity or not.
Mhm.
Like, good encompasses the entire
So much.
person.
Yeah.
So men, if you are on that line just being like, I don't know how this passes, like, just chuck that out the window.
Mhm.
And if you like her, please pursue her.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid, because
And girls,
And
we know
girls
you're good.
also, yeah, and girls
Mhm.
too,
Be
also because
open.
sometimes girls can carry that shame as well.
Yeah.
You know, whether,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, past or not past. I know some girls who said, "Well, he's too good for me." This, and you guys, like they're sitting like at the foot of the cross.
Mhm.
We're all
We
equal.
also- yeah.
Yep.
So, we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all of this. I know that was a lot, and there's so much more we could talk about this, but we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it, guys and gals. And come find us on social media, Facebook,
And Instagram.
be his own.
Twitter.
Yes,
Music.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.